हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गायै नमः। ओम राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। भवानी शंकरौ वन्दे श्रद्धाविश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धाः स्वान्तस्तमीश्वरम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीतायाः पतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 ॐ नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। So this 9th chapter of Gita is called Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga. In this, Bhagwan reveals his identity as that Supreme Brahma. So all the Upanishads and all our scriptures, they give us this knowledge of that Brahma. And that Brahma alone is expressing as this world. So this world is Brahma. And the one who is experiencing this world, I who am experiencing this world, I am also that Brahma. So the world, the gross physical world, is Brahma. The subtle world is Brahma. The causal world is Brahma. And Brahma is also beyond all causes. The one who is experiencing this waking world is Brahma. The one who is experiencing the dream world is Brahma. One who is in the deep sleep, the Sushuptatma is Brahma. And the Turiya is Brahma. So everything is Brahma. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. So keeping this in mind, we do all our sadhana. Keeping this knowledge in mind, we follow the path of Karma Yoga, dedicating all our actions to that Brahma. We do Upasana. We gain knowledge. We drop all karmas. We meditate and realize that Brahma as our own self. Bhagwan says that one who understands this alone progresses on their spiritual journey, but one who doesn't recognize me, one who who considers me as limited, even when Bhagwan takes avatar, one who doesn't recognize that though Bhagwan is appearing in human form, is that Supreme Ishvara alone. If one doesn't recognize, those who don't recognize Ishvara, they disrespect Ishvara. So when we disrespect Ishvara, then all our expectations go vain. All our karmas become fruitless. All our knowledge becomes useless. Such a person takes refuge in the negative qualities of asuras and rakshasas. But those devotees who recognize Ishvara, they make their life divine. Such devotees are called as Mahatmas. So Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashrita. They take refuge in Bhagwan's daivi prakriti, daivi sampatti, like daya, astikya, etc. And bhajanti ananya manasa. And with a single pointed devotion, they worship Bhagwan, understanding him as the very source of the entire creation. Though the source of the creation, still in his supreme nature, is changeless, formless, avyayam. So satatam kirtayanto mam, constantly doing Bhagwan's kirtan, yatantaha, putting forth effort, dridhavrataha, with firm resolve, namasyantyascha mam bhaktya, doing namaskar to Bhagwan with lot of devotion in their heart, and nitya yuktaha, always tuned to Ishvara, they worship Ishvara. So worshipping that Ishvara, slowly and steadily, our mind becomes pure and we realize the supreme truth. So, in various ways we can do Bhagwan's worship. We can worship Bhagwan in various ways. Different types of upasana we can do according to our own capacity and ability. We can worship Ishvara in various ways. And that is what now Bhagwan tells in verse number 15. We'll chant verse 15. Jnana yajnena chapyanye yajanto mam upasate ekatvena prithaktvena bahudha vishvato mukham. Bhagwan says that jnana yajnena cha api anne yajantah mam upasate. So there are those who worship me through jnana yajna. Their worship is through jnana yajna only. Anne means giving up all other type of upasana. Anyam upasnam parityajya. They worship Ishvara through jnana yajna. What is jnana yajna? Jnanam eva bhagavad vishayam yajnyaha tena jnana yajnena pujayantaha. Gaining that knowledge of Ishvara itself is worship of Ishvara. That itself is called jnana yajna. Our Pujya Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananji Maharaj, he used to go all over the world sharing this wisdom of Bhagavad Gita and the Upanishads. He used to have this 7 days or 10 days program expounding, giving discourses on Gita and Upanishad. And Gurudev named these sessions as Gita Jnana Yajna. As Jnana Yajna. Talks on Gita were called Gita Jnana Yajna. Why Jnana Yajna? Because knowing and understanding the truth revealed in Gita and Upanishad itself is a yajna, itself is a puja, itself is worship of that Supreme. See, ultimately we have to gain that knowledge. First, theoretically we should understand and then directly realize the truth. Because knowledge alone will give us freedom, give us moksha. Because all our bondage is due to ignorance. So, Bhagavat Vishayam Yajnaha Jnanam Eva, that itself is knowledge where one tries to gain that knowledge of that Supreme Brahma. See, through various ways, means that Brahma is indicated. Brahma is very subtle. Brahma is most fascinating and wonderful, but cannot be seen through our senses, cannot be defined with the help of our mind intellect, cannot be grasped with the mind intellect. It's extremely subtle, extremely mysterious, that Supreme Brahma. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It exists. How do you know it exists? By seeing this world and seeing ourselves. We know the world exists. We know we ourselves exist. But we don't know the nature of this world. We don't know the real nature of ourselves. But we know that I exist. We know the world exists. The very fact because of which the world exists, that because of which I exist, is called that Brahma. So Brahma is indicated through the world and through the self. Brahma is the cause of this world. So through Karya Karana, Ananyatva, by the oneness of cause and effect, Brahma is indicated through this world. But the one who is experiencing this world is directly that Brahma alone. I, the self, is not a modification, is not a karya, is not an effect of Brahma, but I am that Sakshat Brahma alone. The world is an effect. Therefore, the nature of world is different and the nature of Brahma is different. But I am that Sakshat Brahma alone. There is no difference between me and Brahma. Just as if you take this pot. So there is this space and there is a pot. Okay. Now see. From where this pot has come, from that space only. From the space came the air, Vayu. From Vayu was created Agni. From Agni, Jal, water. And from that water, finally the matter. So this matter has come from space. Means this matter is an effect of space. Space is the cause. This pot is the effect. But the nature of space and nature of pot is totally different. Though space is present in pot, though the pot is present in space, but the nature of pot as we see is totally different from space. The pot is limited, the pot is born, the pot gets broken, but space doesn't change. The space is not broken. So space is the cause, pot is the effect. But if you look at the space within the pot space, the pot space looks limited when seen through the pot. But really speaking, the pot space and the total space are not different. They are one. If this example is understood, then our physical body and our subtle body is like this space, is like the pot. Our physical body and our subtle body is like the pot. Space is like Brahma. So this physical body as well as the subtle body has come from that Brahma only, is the effect of Brahma. Not only my physical body but the total physical world is the effect of Brahma. Not only the subtle body, my subtle body, but total subtle world is the effect of Brahma. But the space limited by this pot is like that Atma. Though appears limited by the body, associated with the gross body, appears to be doing different types of activity. Associated with the mind, intellect, appears to be experiencing different joys and sorrows of this world. Through the mind, intellect appears to be knowing the world. But that Atma is really that Brahma, changeless, formless as it is. Just as the space within the pot, as it is the supreme space. Similarly, we have to understand. This understanding should go deep into our head, go deep into our antakarana. We should not only understand it intellectually and be convinced about it, but we should tune our mind, tune our emotions to this teaching. That is very important. We should not only accept and understand and be convinced about the teaching of that Supreme Brahma given in the scriptures, but we should also tune our mind, emotions, and tune our activities to this teaching. So those who follow this path of knowing and gaining conviction of that Brahma, understanding it more and more deeply and thoroughly, and identifying with that Brahma, they are worshipping that Brahma, they are worshipping that Ishvara alone through this path. So this is called Jnana Yajna. So Jnana Yajnena cha api anne yajantaha mam upasate. Following this Jnana Yajna, Bhagavan says they worship me. This is the ultimate. We have to gain that knowledge of that Brahma, understand the self as that Brahma. But if this is difficult, then we can worship Bhagavan in different ways. So, ekatvena, pruthatvena, bahudha vishvato mukham. Here Bhagavan talks about three ways. He says one can worship Bhagavan ekatvena, the ultimate. Understanding that Bhagavan is one without a second. Is ekameva advitiyam Brahma. Not accepting any duality at any point. The world is Brahma, the self is Brahma, Brahma alone is there. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. Ekatvena. Ekam eva param Brahma iti paramartha darshanena yajanta upasate. So keeping this understanding firmly in our heart itself is Bhagavan's upasana. Ekatva upasana. कि मेरे तो गिरिधर गोपाल दूसरो ना कोई रे. Other than that Supreme, there is nobody else. Like Bhakta Prahlad, he could see Bhagavan only everywhere. That other than Bhagavan, there is nobody, nothing else. Ekatvena upasate. Not accepting any duality at any level. So this is the highest, subtlest upasana. If this is difficult, one can worship Ishvara pruthatvena, considering him expressing through various devatas. Shankaracharya ji writes कि आदित्य चंद्रादि भेदेन स एव भगवान विष्णु आदित्यादि रूपेण अवस्थित इति उपासते. That one supreme Brahma alone expresses as that Aditya, Dwadasha Aditya, as Ashtavasus, as Ekadasha Rudra. It is that same Brahma alone. Means one worships Bhagwan in different forms, in different names. Understanding that one Supreme Brahma alone is expressing as all the Devatas. One may worship these Devatas considering oneself as different. Prithaktvena. Bhagwan is expressing through all these Devatas, and I am the devotee of that Supreme Devata, Supreme Brahma, and I worship him. That is what is called Prithaktvena. Understanding Bhagwan alone is expressing as different Devatas. In our country also we have so many different temples with different variety of Devatas, and people worship them. But all of them are from the Sanatana Dharma only. They worship that same Paramatma as the sun, as the moon, as the mountains, as the river, as the Vayu Devta, as Agni Devta, as Indra Devta, as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, as Shakti. One can worship, because the most important thing is to worship. Doesn't matter in what form you accept Bhagwan. Whatever be your bhava, according to that we can accept Bhagwan in that form and worship. Our great saints and sages, they worship Bhagwan in different forms. For Santa Tulsidas Ji Maharaj, Bhagwan, his dear form for Bhagwan was of Sri Ram. Ramachandra Kripal Bhajamana Harana Bhava Bhayadarunam Navakanja Lochana Kanja Mukhakar Kanja Pada Kanjarunam Kandarpa Aganitam Amita Chavi Navanila Nirada Sundaram. So he worshipped Bhagwan as Sri Ram. Surdas Ji worshipped Bhagwan as Sri Krishna. For Kabir Das Ji, Bhagwan was Nirgun Nirakar. For Mirabai, Bhagwan was Sri Krishna. So different devotees worship Bhagwan, taking him in different forms as different devatas. Though outwardly the devatas appear to be different, it is the same Ishvara. In their heart, they have Ishvara Bhavana towards all these devatas. Outwardly they might be different, but their self is that Supreme Brahma alone. Because we have different samskar. We carry so many samskar from our past. So depending on our samskar, we naturally get attracted toward different forms of Ishvara. So we can worship, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter in what form we worship him. Some worship Bhagwan through their own parents also. Considering their parents as Ishvara, they worship. Or they worship their own husband or wife as Bhagwan, or their own children, or their own teacher, or one can worship any phenomenal thing of this world. A mountain can be worshipped as Bhagwan. Govardhana, Chitrakoot, Tiruvannamalai. A river can be worshipped as Bhagwan. Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri. Place can be worshipped as Sakshat Bhagwan. Vrindavan, Haridwar, Rishikesh, Gangotri, Yamnotri. So, Pratatvena, Bahudha, Pratatvena, in different forms, but worshipping that same Ishvara alone. Worshipping Ishvara alone. So, Ekatvena, Pratatvena, or Bahudha Vishvato Mukham, or some worship Bhagwan, taking him as the entire creation, as Vishvato Mukham. Kechit Bahudha Avastitah Sa Eva Bhagwan Sarvato Mukhaha Vishvato Mukhaha Vishvarupa iti. Tam Vishvarupam Sarvato Mukham Bahudha Bahuprakarena Upasate. That Bhagwan is Vishvarupa. The entire Vishva is Bhagwan's Roop only. And he is facing us, facing different direction at the same time. Bhagwan is looking in all direction. Bhagwan is looking through everything and everyone. In whichever direction you face, Ishvara is there. At whatever time you are, Ishvara is there. In whichever place you are, Ishvara is there. Ishvara is present in the entire creation. Even taking the whole, that Vaishvanara as Bhagwan's form only, one worships him. As Ashtamurti also, Jagata Ishadhi Yukta Sevanam Ashtamurti Bhrut Deva Pujanam. Considering the Ashtamurti Roop Bhagwan, means the five great elements, Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi, the sun and the moon, and all beings as Bhagwan's Roop only. Means the entire creation, considering the entire creation as Bhagwan, they worship. That is called Bahudha Vishvato Mukham. So the main idea is to love and have the devotion for Ishvara. We can directly contemplate and understand his supreme nature and meditate on his oneness. If this is difficult, then one can worship that Ishvara, taking him in different forms as different devatas. If that is also difficult, one can look at the entire creation as Ishvara and worship. So devotees worship Bhagwan in various ways. But these are different ways. They are not same. If they are not same, if they are different ways, how come we are worshipping Ishvara alone? How can we understand that through this, all this, we worship Ishvara? That we can understand. Bhagwan says how, that he explains in the following verse. Aham kraturaham yajnaha swadhahamaham aushadham mantrohamahame vajjam ahamagniraham hutam. Bhagwan says, that I am present in everything. I am present in everyone. I am present in all actions. I am present in all upasanas. I am present in all tapas. I am present everywhere. So in whatever way you connect with me, you can get connected to me and you can reach me. That is the beauty. That is the greatness of Ishvara. That is the greatness of that supreme reality. Like space. Wherever you go, you can stay connected with space. Suppose you are staying in a particular city. If you leave that city and go to another city, you lose connection with that city. Physically you are away. But if you are tuned to space, then whichever city you are, whichever country you go, even if you go out on other planets, you are always connected to space. Ishvara is like that space. Our upasana is to get tuned to this space like Ishvara. Through his name, through his form, through karma, through upasana, get tuned to Ishvara. That is our upasana. So Bhagavan says, I am present everywhere. Bhagavan says, Aham kratuhu. Kratu are those yajnas mentioned in our Vedas. Shrauta karma. Various types of yajna are mentioned in the Vedas, which we can perform. Means invoking the fire, one offers the ahuti. So this is just a representation. Bhagavan says all the rituals and everything which is mentioned in the Vedas, Upanishads, I am that. I am that yajna. Aham kratuhu. So if you perform any yajna or any ritual, but keeping me in your mind, then you will be tuned to me. See, devotees, they don't have attachment to the results of karma. They don't have attachment to the result of upasana. But they get connected to Ishvara through the ritual, through the upasana also. They get connected to Ishvara. So aham kratuhu. There was this, our Pujya Gurudev used to go to various cities and give pravachan. He used to speak only in English. So at one place, one elderly lady used to come and sit and listen to his pravachan. So Gurudev talked to her. And she said, I don't understand English at all. So he asked her that, but you sit and you listen to me. She said, yes, I know that you are talking on the Gita. I know you are talking about Bhagavan. I see your face, I hear your voice. That itself gives me great joy, and I feel connected to Ishvara. Such a great thing. So we can get connected to Ishvara through the karmas mentioned in the Vedas. Because he is the karma, he is that yajna. Aham kratuhu. Aham yajnaha. Then there are other smritis, dharma shastras. In them also certain rituals are mentioned. Bhagavan says, I am those rituals also. Aham yajnaha. I am those yajnas. I myself am expressing through those yajnas. Swadha aham. Then there are rituals wherein we offer ahutis to our ancestors who are dead and gone. We perform certain rituals to propitiate them and offer them. That is called Swadha. Bhagavan says, I am that Swadha. Because Bhagavan alone is there in the ritual, Bhagavan alone is there in the ancestors also. He says, I am the Swadha, Swadhaham. Aham Aushadham. Then there are other creatures in this world who also have their own different types of anna. Birds, animals, plants, they also eat. So when we interact with them, we nourish them, we give them food. Bhagavan says that food given to all these creatures, that also is my own swarup only, my rupa. So aushadam sarva pranibhihi yat adyate tad aushada shabdavachyam. All that is eaten by all these other creatures, that is referred to here as aushadam. Bhagavan says that is also me. Or अथवा स्वधा इति सर्व प्राणी साधारणम अन्नम औषधम इति व्याधि उपशमार्थम भेषजम. Or that Swadha, Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji writes that one can take Swadha as the food of all creatures. See, it's a great, wonderful world. Before we take birth in this world, Bhagavan already makes arrangement for our food. Human beings, they have different type of food. Animals, they eat different. Birds, they eat different. Little insects and all, they eat different food. The Devatas eat different food. The ancestors, they eat different food. Bhagavan makes arrangement for food of all creatures. Annam. The Upanishads described 7 types of food which Bhagavan has created for the benefit of the entire creation, for all beings. Bhagavan says that food is myself. Aham annam. And aushadham is the medicine which cures us if we have some ailment. Bhagavan says that medicine also is my roop only. I am the medicine. Aham aushadham. See, even when we are sick and we take medicine, if we remember Bhagavan and take it, it has got more power. Forget about medicine. Even if we just take some water, remembering Ishvara, that water will act like medicine. Bheshajam gangatoyam. Even Gangaji's jala can be taken as medicine, because Bhagavan alone is the medicine. Bhagavan is the medicine. There are Mahatmas who have that faith and that total dedication and identity with Ishvara, that when people go to them, even with worldly ailments, they will just pick up anything and give it to that person as medicine, and he gets cured. Because Bhagavan is present everywhere. With faith, we invoke that divinity. If no faith, the divinity remains as though dormant. See, like Tulsi is a great medicine. But one should have that devotion and dedication and reverence. Then it works. मानो तो गंगा माँ है, ना माने तो बहता पानी. Even the milk of cow is considered very medicinal. So Bhagavan says, Aham Aushadham, I am the Aushadh. I am the medicines. Vyadhi Upashamartham, which can release you of all your Vyadhi, Sharirik illness, Mansik illness, can be eliminated by taking the medicine as Ishvara alone. Then mantro aham. Bhagavan says the mantra which is used while performing different rituals, while performing different karma, the understanding which we have, the what you call the knowledge which we have, which is required to perform karma, or the mantras which are chanted while doing karma. Bhagavan says those mantras are myself. Mantro aham, मैं ही वो मंत्र हूँ. Every mantra is the name of Ishvara. Ishvara alone is expressing through every mantra. We have seen in the 7th chapter also, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. Bhagavan says, I am that Pranava in the entire Vedas. Pranava is not only in the Vedas, Pranava is there in the entire creation. Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. भगवान का नाम भी इस महामंत्र है. महामंत्र जहि जपत महेशु, काशी मुकुट हेतु उपदेशु. Even Bhagwan Shiva chants Bhagwan's name, Ram, 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 as a supreme mantra. Therefore, even when Lord Shiva drank poison, the most dangerous and the potent poison he drank, and nothing happened, means he was not harmed because of this Ram Nama mantra. So mantro aham, Bhagavan says, I am the mantra. Aham eva ajam. Then we do some offering, we offer something. When we do a yajna, we kindle the fire and we offer ghee, we offer some medicinal herbs. These are the ahutis we offer, or the ghee we offer. Bhagavan says that offering is myself. Aham eva ajam. I am the ajam. Aham agnihi. And what about the fire in which everything is offered? Bhagavan says that fire is also myself. I am the fire. So when we are tuned to Ishvara, wherever we look, we see Ishvara. Whatever we think Ishvara. Whatever we feel Ishvara. Whatever karma we do, that is Ishvara. Whatever mantra we chant, that is Ishvara. Whatever ritual we do, that is Ishvara. Atma tvam girijamati sahachara prana shariram graham. So, our own self is like that Bhagwan. All the pranas are his attendants. All karmas are Bhagwan's worship. All that I say is Bhagwan's stuti. Wherever I walk, it is like Bhagwan's pradakshina. Whatever I do is Bhagwan's seva. Even if I sleep, that is samadhi. Nidra samadhi stitihi. Yad yat karma karomi tat tad akhilam shambho tavaradhanam. Whatever karma I do, hey Bhagwan, that is your aradhana only. So mantro aham, ahameva ajyam, aham agnihi, I am the Agni. Aham hutam, and that karma of offering, this yajna karma which is being done, Bhagwan says that is also my roop only. So Bhagwan's roop is infinite, but Bhagwan's swarup is that one. See, when we look at the sun, it is the most fascinating. Sun, bright and brilliant. From that sun alone emerges billions and trillions of rays of light. And those rays of light illumine the whole earth. Not only earth, but it illumines all the other planets and the entire sky around. Billions and billions of rays. If you take any ray and trace it back, you will see that sun. Billions of rays are there. You pick up any ray and look at its source, you will see the sun. Similarly, billions of expressions are there of Ishvara. You take any expression, have proper faith, and it will lead you to that supreme Ishvara alone. उसे पकड़ लो, भगवान के नाम को पकड़ लो, आप भगवान तक पहुंच जाएंगे. Or anything. That's what Bhagwan says. You can worship me in different ways because I alone am there in everything. This similar mantra sloka we had seen in the 4th chapter also. Brahmarpanam brahmahavihi brahmagno brahmanahutam brahmaiva tena gantavyam brahma karma samadhina. That everything is Brahma. Brahmarpanam, the ladle is Brahma. Brahmarpanam Brahma Havihi, that Havi which is offered, the ghee which is offered is Brahma. Brahmarpanam Brahma Havihi, Brahmagna, the fire is Brahma. Brahmana Hutam, the one who is offering is Brahma. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina, one who is totally tuned to this Brahma yajna. The result which he will gain is also Brahma. Everything is Brahma. Sarvam khalvidam Brahma. Ye sarva Brahma hai. Tu hai Brahma, main hu Brahma, sarva Brahma Brahma hai. So aham kartuhu, aham yajnyaha, swadhaham aham aushadham, mantroham aham evajyam, aham agniraham hutam. Therefore, Bhagwan's worship is very simple. Bhagwan's worship is very natural, easy. We can take support of any of the form, any name, and reach that supreme. See, like a little child walking with his father. The father tells the child, "Ki hold on to my finger and walk." Because we are going through the market. So if you release my finger, you might get lost in the marketplace. So hold my finger very tightly and walk along with me, and you will not get lost. You will always be in tune, in touch with me. See, the father is a huge person. The child is so little. The child cannot hold the entire father. It doesn't matter, it's not required. If he only holds on to his finger tightly, he will be able to be in touch with his father. Similarly, Ishvara is very vast, very huge, infinite. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. This body is so small, like a speck of dust in this entire cosmos. Our mind, our intellect has got limited power, doesn't have the capacity to understand this vastness of Ishvara. But Bhagavan says, it doesn't matter. You can chant my name? He said, yes. Then hold on to my name. That is like holding on to me, my finger. And move along in this world. You will not get lost. You will be always with me. That is upasana. Bhagwan ki upasana ekattvena prathaktvena bahudha vishvato mukham jnana yajnena chapyanne yajanto mam upasate. So through jnana yajna, understand the glory of Ishvara, worship him ekattvena with oneness, prathaktvena through different, considering him, expressing through different devatas, different forms, or vishvato mukham, expressing like this entire creation. Whatever way we worship, we are worshipping Ishvara alone, because he alone is there in all the karmas, in all the rituals, in all the upasanas, in all the mantras, in the fire, in everything. Ishvara alone is there. Aham kratuhu, aham yajnaha, swadhaham, aham aushadham. Bhagwan is there in all the aushadha also. Mantroham aham evajyam aham agnir aham hutam. It's most beautiful. More about this we will see in our class tomorrow. Till then, you take care. Do this upasana. Do your work. Be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy. And we meet again tomorrow. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 श्रीराम जय राम जय जय राम, 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 जय जय राम जय जय राम, जय जय राम। बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम।